Hello YouTube, it's me, Drained here again, and today you may be wondering, well, why is this right here? Why am I trying to run this piece of shit? Well, you're about to find out what kind of deck I'm running. So, well, it's not really a complete deck as you can tell, but I mean, it's still a deck that I'm in the progress of working on anyways. So, let's get started. 1, 2, 3 Ignite Gallant. And I honestly did not want to run this deck, or even make it at all, but seeing as how the meta is getting so intensified around either sacking things and sending everything on the field to the graveyard, or just in general special summoning out until you get nothing, until your opponent can't do anything, I either was going to have to run these guys, or Shad Dolls along with my Red Eyes deck. But I decided these guys because, well, yeah, they're pretty interesting. Moving on, we have 1, 2, 3 Paladin. And then we have 1, 2, 3 Margrave. 1, 2, 3 Squire. And if you're wondering where's the Templar and the Crusader, like I said, this deck is nowhere near complete. I'm just showing you what I have right now. But other than that, that's basically the monster, the Ignite lineup I have right now for the deck. So moving on, 1 Royal Magical Library. I will run 3, but right now all I got is 1. And basically with Ignites, and I'm going to show an example right now, you basically have him on the field. Let's put him right here. Then you have an Ignite and an Ignite in your Pendulum Zone. You basically just sacked the both Ignites because it's part of their effect, or their Pendulum effect I should say. This gains a counter and you add a fire monster from your deck to your hand. And that's with all the Pendulum Ignite monsters. They basically have the ability to sack themselves if they're both in a Pendulum Zone and add a fire monster from the deck to the hand. So that's pretty damn good, and then you can basically remove 3 counters from that and draw a card. Next for spells, because that's what we have next, 3 Ignition Phoenix. Basically what this does is if you have an Ignite monster on the field, you can sack it and add a fire and an Ignite monster from your deck to your hand. And it's honestly not, it is broken, yeah. I'll admit it is broken. But I mean, aside from that, I mean, there's a lot worse this deck has coming. So, 1, 2 Pot of the Walls, because, well, what deck that would rely on sending and getting cards from the deck to the hand back? 1 Magical Mall in case you get a brick hand and you can't do jack. 1 Terraforming, so you can get your Ignition Phoenix. I will run probably 2 of these at most. And then 1, 2, 3 Call of the Haunted, in case you need to bring something back, like maybe your Royal Magical Library or something, or an XYZ that you lost. You can bring it back basically. And then 1 Pendulum back. I want to run 3 of this in the deck, but with this card you basically, if you have 2 Pendulum monsters in and their ranges is levels 2 to 7, you can basically bring 2 cards that are in your, put in the extra deck zone, and or you target 2 monsters in your graveyard between those levels and add them to your hand. I got confused on that. Alrighty, that is the actual deck so far. So let's go into the extra deck. 1 Shark Drake, because, well, when you destroy a monster, you bring it back, it loses 1,000 attack, and he can attack again. 1 Rhapsody Berserk, because, well, basically you can special summon in defense, equip them to a monster, they gain 1,000 attack, and you can detach 1 or 2 from this card, target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it, basically. So basically you can either equip it, the monster gains 1,000 attack, or banish a card in the graveyard. Then we have 2 Pleiades, because rank 5s are not really an exclusive, not needed for this deck. Basically, all you can do is detach number 2, send a card from the field back to the hand. And that's all that's really useful. 4 and then 1, Utopia. Because, well, Utopia is not that bad. And also another card that the deck needs that I don't have is number 86. And it needs it at 3. So, for the most part, this is my igknights. And I'd say right now, I'm not too pleased with how they run. Because like I said, you have to basically continuously sack your pendulums. And that's an issue for me, because what if you don't need to sack them anymore? Or what if you have an issue where you get your 2 pendulums, you have 5 level 4s in your graveyard for number 86. You try to get, and as you're pendulum summoning for to get number 86 out, someone basically can go Vanity's Emptiness. And then you're screwed. Because this deck relies on the extra deck. It's kind of like, it's not like Hieratics' way, but it's reliant on the extra deck like Hieratics were when they were big. And in all honesty, that's going to be the downside of this deck. And also, I got the card right here. This is going to kill the deck, basically. Someone has this on the field as they're pendulum summoning, or it activates it on the field when they're pendulum summoning. The deck gets screwed over, so... And that's honestly going to be the big downer for the deck. Because, like I said, you need to have the ability to XYZ summon for this deck, or else you're going to get screwed over. But again, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you like this video. Leave a comment on what I might need to add or what I might need to remove for this deck, and what might be better for the extra deck in general. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao. Oh, watch out for Vanity's Emptiness with this deck if you are going to win this deck, because this is going to murder the deck. I mean, it's literally going to take what you're going to need most, which is this side, this part of the deck right here, the extra deck, and throw it out the window. But again, aside from rants on for that, thank you guys so much for watching, and see ya.